Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your February 2022 reading. I set the intention for this video to be for all Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising. Obviously, all Virgo moons are welcome to watch as well, as you might find that there are messages in this reading that apply to you. Cross watchers are also welcome. If you have a friend who has Virgo placements and you feel like you want to share these messages, I would so appreciate it. And I also feel like, just by watching these videos, you can get wisdom from any of them. There's always a message in there for someone that, might just like give you a little zip and spark your intuition. So, we already went over the collective card of strength in the collective video. So if you haven't watched it already, I would definitely recommend that you do. You can either pause this video and come back to it, or you can watch this video the whole way through and then go and watch the collective video. But I go further into strength, excuse me, for the collective for the entire month. So, it would be beneficial if you watch it. But what I'm going to do is pull a focus card for the sign of Virgo to kind of zoom in from strength and see where specifically you guys will be working on what aspects. Excuse me, I'm like tongue-tied right now. I don't know what's going on. What aspect of strength that the universe, or what have you, is kind of asking you to work with for the month of February. So this will be your focus card. Can I get one focus card for Virgo for the month of February? Oh, I seem to be getting like a string of similar cards. Seriously, it must be like the collective is just, and I shuffle the hell out of these cards between videos. It's really wild. But okay, so you got the Nine of Swords in reverse, and this actually has already come up in 2 other videos. And so you're working with strength, and with the Nine of Swords in reverse, strength is all about, our authenticity and connecting and moving through the world in a way that is really heart-centered and that doesn't shy away from the parts of us that, we may not, I want to really put out there as much, but just like fully embodied. And the Nine of Swords in reverse, I see as like, we're trying to kind of let go of some of those insecurities, some of those worries. Virgo is a very sensitive sign, and sensitivity is so undervalued. It's beautiful. And I think, being ruled by Mercury, and this is an air card, being that it's the Nine of Swords, it's like you can get, I see you getting really in your head about, being authentic. Like, is this good? Is this acceptable? Like, what if people won't accept me? Or what if people think I'm weird? Or, what if this is too much? What if, a lot of what ifing, and the fact that it's coming up in the reverse, it's almost like Spirit is saying, like, what if you didn't what if yourself so much, It might be hard to completely stop, That's not realistic if that is something that is part of your everyday, and it's become kind of an ingrained pattern. I'm not saying that we can just snap our fingers and erase it overnight. That's completely, it's not something that's necessarily possible. But what if we could be more aware of the ways that our brain might creep in and tell us, that your authentic self is not enough, or the way that you show up, is not cool, or people don't like you, or they're just pretending and, they're being nice to you because, it's the polite thing to do. That's a lot of what I'm getting right now. But what I'm going to do is pull a grounding oracle card that will kind of show us, where these two cards merge and give us a little bit more information about the energy of how these two cards are working together for you this month. So can I please have one oracle card? Grounding oracle for Virgo for the month of February. And I will put in the description box all of the decks that I'm working with for the month. So in case anybody wants to go look them up, that they can. And please have one oracle card for Virgo, please. Show me clearly. Oh, okay. Here we go. Spring Peeper. Evolve, into your next becoming. So it's like, evolution might feel a little bit difficult right now. Like, it's, look at the ice above the water. Like, he's feeling a little bit still stuck where, that ice is melting into the water and he's emerging, not as a tadpole, not as just as a fully formed frog. Like, and it can feel really uncomfortable, that process of evolution, of becoming who we're meant to be, right? So I think that's where maybe that anxiety creeps in. It's like we don't know what to expect next. And that can really put a damper on us showing up authentically, because it's like, what if this part of me doesn't feel, what if people don't accept this new me, or this thing that was always me, but I wasn't ready to show people, but that's something that's really going to be a big theme for you, Virgo, this month. And, we'll look at your cards and see, how you rise to the challenge. So this first tarot card is going to be where you are at the start of the month. I have one card for Virgo, and there we go. Okay. Oh my God. And this is a Virgo card, the Eight of Pentacles. It's like, I see you guys really wanting to, put those action steps in place that really, bring you out of this kind of worried state, of kind of trying to simplify, like concentrating on one thing at a time, like not getting, you see how all these swords are like pointing at her head all at the same time, just ready to strike. But look at him, he's relaxed. Like these pentacles, like he did them one at a time, and he's working on one, and he's not looking at these other two that are down here on the ground. He's just focused on this one. So it's like really, working on one part of yourself that, you want to evolve, or this part of yourself that really wants to come out and, grow from, this little baby tadpole into a fully formed frog and be like, here I am, this always was me, but it was a part of me that wasn't fully formed yet. And I see you like working on that at the beginning of the month and figuring out, one aspect at a time, how you move forward in your daily life, because pentacles are about what we do here on earth, right? And you're an earth sign. So next card is going to be a challenge that may arise this month. So, what might be challenging to you, taking those actionable steps. Oh, okay. Here we go. We got the Two of Wands. Okay, Two of Wands is really, look at her. She's looking at a map. This could be like you feel, Virgos are big planners, right? I know this because for a long time I thought I was a Virgo rising, and I was doing so much research about like Virgo, that like sometimes rather than doing, you know, which is where you are at the beginning of the month, then it's like you go back to that planning phase of like, oh, you know, well, what if this, what if that, like, okay, should I do this first or should I do that first? Or maybe if I tweak this, and then you don't end up actually taking steps, you're just doing more planning rather than more action. Do you see what I'm saying? So that could be a challenge, is that you kind of get caught up in your head, and, you know, the 2 is more like you're incubating that plan where you're meant to be in the process of evolving, in the process of like actually, you know, banging out those pinnacles, you know, but not rushing through it, taking your time, but, you know, actually making it happen. So how can Virgo tackle a challenge or take decisive action towards their evolution? Oh my goodness. Okay, and we've gotten the 6 of Cups in the general reading, the collective reading. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go watch it. And then I just pulled this for another sign, and I'm telling you, I said this in the other videos, I shuffle these cards really good. So the 6 of Cups, tackling this decision, like tackling this challenge and taking decisive action is actually going to be a less active process for you. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, but you are an earth sign. And this, you know, I see a lot of plants in this card. So there's like a sense of needing to be grounded and kind of looking back in order to move forward. So, you know, maybe there is a little bit of challenge in this planning, and you might get a little bit stuck there. But it's like, you know, maybe the challenge is that once you get into that planning phase, don't stay there. Definitely do it, but be able to switch gears, because sometimes the challenge with Virgo is that you can miss the forest for the trees. Like, you get so bogged down in the details that you end up missing the bigger picture. And like, yes, take time and reflect, but also, you know, don't forget what you were doing at the beginning of the month, where you might have started switching gears, looking at this map, making a map or making a plan, making a list. Virgos love lists, you know, and then you get to the end of the month and it's like, oh, I didn't actually do anything. And then you start feeling like you failed, or, you know, and that's okay. We've all been there. It's not a failure. It's just a setback. But that is something that you possibly want to look out for this month, is like, take time for reflection and planning, but don't forget to keep your momentum going. So let's look at where you might be at the end of the month. Too many. One card for Virgo. End of the month. Show me clearly, please. Ah. Okay. You got 2 that came out upright, and I feel a strong energy coming from both of these cards that they both are for you. So that's good news, really. This card was also in the collective reading. I really feel like you guys need to watch the collective reading. And then you're also getting the Empress. So the Seven of Cups in reverse is a really good counteraction to the Nine of Swords. It's like you're going to feel a lot less confused at the end of the month. And then look at more Earth energy. This is really you in your element. You know, feeling like more like, you know, goddess energy, like evolve into your next becoming. It's like you're like, whether you're male or female, whether you identify like, you know, with being, you know, straight or, you know, part of the LGBT community and whatever, you know, none of that matters. The Empress energy is available to us all. You know, Venus is in all of our charts. That you're going to be feeling that sense of abundance really growing. Even if you aren't fully there by the end of the month, it's like, you know, look at all these choices. But usually in the Seven of Cups, you know, because 7 is a challenging energy. It's like, I'm confused about what to choose. But it's like, what you realize in the Empress is that I don't have to choose anything because all of this is available to me at any time that I choose. That I don't have to make a decision right now because I'm abundant. Like this is, you know, she's got flowers on her dress. She's got a crown of flowers. She's got strawberries on her dress. She is surrounded by, you know, flowing water and nature. Like she has access to it all. There's no need for a feeling of scarcity because, you know, she can call on these things at any time that she wants them. And, you know, the universe has her, you know, held. So what we're going to do is pull some oracle cards as kind of bridges between these cards to give some further clarity. So this is the Personal Power Oracle deck. And please give us one card for Virgo, bridging the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands for February, please. Okay. And another sign also got this card, I am knowledge. So look at this. You guys are ruled by Mercury. I think Gemini also got this card and they are ruled by Mercury. Like, you know, the wisdom is already inside of you. The wisdom of your body, the wisdom, you know, in your mind, like, you know, where you are evolving, what you're becoming, what you want to become. Like, it's already there. But if you need to seek knowledge, you also know where to find it. So, like, that is available to you, and that's really awesome. But as well, like with this Two of Wands, don't go get so bogged down. You see the stack of books and all the planning that you forget to do as well. So we're going to pull another oracle card to bridge the Two of Wands and Six of Cups for the month of February. One card for Virgo, please. Okay. It's too many. There we go. We got one. Okay. It is time to speak the truth in love. Okay. And that might be the way that you speak to yourself. You know, speak the truth in love. Say loving things to yourself. And that will make all the difference in your confidence level. Because you're ending the month in the Empress energy. Like, that is you really feeling yourself. So it's like nothing that you say to yourself that is, you know, a message of love, you know, that you speak over yourself is a lie. It's always the truth because we are all lovable. We all have parts of ourselves that, you know, that seem hard to love. but it's all, it's us, and those are the parts that need to be loved the hardest. They're beautiful. So speak that over yourself. Don't speak words, of, harshness to yourself, because your higher self is listening. Your heart space is listening. Those parts of yourself that are vulnerable, the parts of yourself that want to evolve into something else, that want to evolve into this Empress energy, are listening. And that could really, dampen your spirits or hold you back. So really, really think about that, And it might be speaking the truth to other people in love if they're not speaking, in ways that make you feel loved. That it might be time to pump the brakes on that. Didn't feel anything coming off of that card for you guys. Shuffle. This is an oracle card for your inner child for the month of February. I have one oracle for Virgo's inner child for the month of February, please. Oh, well, the same one came out. All right, spend time in nature. Leo also got this card. Okay, the beauty of nature offers our souls unlimited nourishment. Go outside today and connect with the earth. And you guys are an earth sign. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Touch the softness of a plant. Listen to the babble of a stream. Dig your toes into the rich soil and feel yourself connected to this wondrous place we call home. Okay, Empress. She is nature. So maybe I just wasn't feeling that initially because I was like, oh, Leo got that. Maybe that wasn't the card, but that is definitely your message, okay, that came out. And, that sense of groundedness might really pull you out of this Nine of Swords energy. Like, you really need to connect with nature so that you won't feel so untethered, really put yourself in the space where, the earth can bring you back down when you start feeling like, this Two of Wands energy or, I am knowledge, which both are beautiful, but they might make you feel like you're stuck in your head a little bit. Spend time in nature so that you can feel parts of your body, like, kind of try to tap and feel like, the energy, going into your fingertips, your arms, go, do a body scan maybe. Spend time listening to earth sounds, like do it, spend time in nature safely, socially distanced, because we are in a pandemic, of course. Like, do what you need to be safe. But that could really, really serve you this month. And that is what I'm getting for you, Virgo. Thank you so much for your presence, and your time and your energy. And I'd like to thank your guides and my guides, and, just really show so much gratitude for you being here. I really appreciate your likes, your shares, your subscribes. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos from me. And don't forget to go check out the collective video if you haven't already. But that is what I have for you for this month, and I hope you have an awesome February. If you want to share some comments with me, let me know if this resonated with you, or come back, mid-month or later in the month, and let me know if any of this stuff really did come up for you over the course of the month. I would love to hear from you. So that is all I have for you, Virgo, and take care, and I will see you in March. Bye.